Let's go. Hi everyone, it's Emma. Normally these videos would be Katie and I, obviously. If you've seen our other videos, it's usually us together. However, it's winter break right now, so we are separated and it's so sad. We decided to do separate videos, so it's going to be a coming out video for each of us. I'm going to do mine now, and Katie will upload hers later in the week, I believe, so look forward to that one. I'm going to be less crazy than I was in the last video and kind of more serious. I have a couple of funny parts of this because my life is that way. I'm going to try and also include some little bits of wisdom about coming out, and so hopefully you guys will get something out of it and I'll help someone who needs this information. So here it goes. So growing up, I was always a little bit masculine. Not really masculine. I dressed in girls' clothes. I was always hanging out with girls. It was just kind of like I was just a regular little girl. However, there was a lot of things that weren't typical girl. I didn't like the color pink until I was 13, and that phase kind of ended, and I don't really wear that much pink anymore. So I've always been a blue person, not a pink person, so that typical gender thing. I never really liked wearing dresses. I felt really uncomfortable in girls' clothes. I also was really into playing sports my whole life. I've done everything from the typical girl things like dance. I did tap, jazz, and ballet, and then I did taekwondo, and I went through tennis, soccer, basketball, all those sorts of things. I've even played rugby, so I'm really into sports and I'm very active and I constantly want to stay fit. As a little kid, I could tell I didn't react to people in the same way as other little girls did. My only boy crushes on famous people were Lance Bass, who's now gay, and Jesse McCartney, who was very feminine and highlighted his hair. I think I just mostly liked his hair, which is funny, because I ended up having that haircut that he had. But anyway, so those were my only boy crushes, and I remember really liking being around my sister's girlfriends. My sister's 7 years older than me, so she was always my role model. And then all of her friends just seemed really cool and like unreachable to me, and I always wanted to hang out with them. And obviously, I was a pest because I was her little sister. Looking back on that, I know that there were a couple of her friends that I thought were really pretty, and it wasn't in like a ooh, I want to be like her pretty. It was more like a wow, she's really pretty. Like I want to see her more. Like I like her face. And right after we graduated 8th grade, I got my first boyfriend, and I had my first and only 3 boyfriends in that summer and my first year of high school. And they were all really nice and really sweet, and I ended up breaking up with all of them for super lame reasons. I told my first boyfriend I didn't want him to have to go through like putting up with me being kind of wishy-washy about everything. So I broke up with him because he was really into me, and I knew that he was gonna fall in love with me, and so I kind of let him go. And I love that boy to this day. And my other 2 boyfriends, they both tried to kind of do sexual things with me. They wanted to like kiss and all of that stuff, and I really didn't like it. And I just kind of liked hanging out with them because they were cool people. My 3rd boyfriend, I told him that I was bisexual because I knew that I had feelings for girls, but I didn't really know what they were yet. And so he was kind of weird about it at first. Now he's cool with it. Obviously, he knows that I'm a lesbian, but at the time he was kind of freaked out by it. So that's why I ended up breaking up with him. In the meantime, between my 2nd and 3rd boyfriends, it was that summer between my 8th and 9th grade year, so I was about 13 or 14. I'm kind of old for my grade. But anyway, I went through a phase where I got really into MySpace, and I was kind of an internet nerd. I was constantly on my computer and talking to people and trying to find new things to do, to change my layout on my MySpace and stuff like that. I got really obsessed with being alone, and not really talking to anyone in person, and I got really reclusive, and I never left my room. And my parents thought I was just going through like a regular teenage phase. not really wanting to associate with my family, and I thought it was cooler to just be with friends, but really I wasn't hanging out with much of anyone. And so I kind of just never came out of my room, and my parents started calling me the troll. They thought it was just a normal teenage thing, and so they didn't think it would hurt me in any way, but I was kind of offended by it because I was hurting and I didn't know why. And finally, by the end of that summer, I realized that it was because I was hiding from my feelings, and I really just wanted to be myself, and the internet behind a fake name was the only place I could do that. My family, my whole life, told me, if there's anything you ever want to tell us, go ahead and tell us. It won't make us not love you. We'll always love you just for who you are. So if you feel the need to tell us something about yourself, basically they're asking me to tell them that I was gay. But I didn't know yet, and I didn't feel that way. And my mom's famous line is, "Mom, I'm not the lesbian daughter you always hoped for." And so she thinks it's hilarious now in retrospect because I am. But she really did want a gay kid because she knew she could take care of one and be very supportive and show other people that that's possible. And anyway, so back to that summer, I was alone in my room all the time, and finally one day I realized I'm hiding from my feelings, and the only place that I could be true to myself and not be scared to be gay was on the internet. And so I decided that day that I was going to come out of my room. So literally I came out of the closet and then I left my room and told someone about it. I walked out and I told my mom and dad. They were in the living room, and I said, "Hey guys, I have something I need to tell you." And they were like, "What is it?" And I was like, "Can you pause the show?" We had TiVo at the time, so they paused their show, and I was like, "I'm bisexual." And I thought that the word bisexual kind of rolled off my tongue easier. Lesbian sounded really intimidating. I wasn't 100% yet. I wanted some kind of sign to tell me, like, you are gay. Here's a test. It's proven. Like, you are 100% gay. You don't have to think about it anymore. Yeah, it came out that I said I'm bisexual, and my mom quickly and jokingly responded with, "Don't be greedy. Pick one." She didn't mean that in an offensive way. She just knew, I guess, since I was young, that I was gay and I liked girls, and she was totally okay with it, and she wanted me to just be completely myself. And she was very supportive, and so she was trying to tell me, like, just tell me I'm ready for it, you can be ready for it. But I told her no, and so it took me a while to be like, yeah, I'm 100% gay. I don't know exactly when that happened, because ever since that point it's kind of been like I'm an open book, but that's how I came out to my family. I kind of left coming out to everyone else up to my social media. I put it on MySpace, I put it on Facebook when I got it, that I was interested in women. I just let some rumors go around, and everyone found out on their own. I didn't really feel like coming out to everyone I met, so in my senior year I started wearing more masculine clothing, very plain t-shirts and plain jeans and stuff like that. It was still actually wearing girls' clothes, but I just kind of wore it in a feminine way, or a masculine way, and so I just felt more comfortable in those types of clothes. I'm not trying to be a boy, I'm not transgender, so I gradually started wearing only guys' clothes. It took me a while, but my whole senior year was kind of a transition into that. I cut my hair into a faux hawk right after my senior year ended. I was dating this girl, and she super supported it. I loved it, and it was the first time I felt like 100% myself, that I could do whatever I wanted with my body, and people could judge me or not, and I didn't care. And so that was the point at which I was ready to come out to anyone who saw me in public, because they would assume. And so I feel like that was my final coming out sort of thing. People just guess at this point, I guess. I'm growing my hair out now, so it's harder to tell. But anyway, that's my coming out story. If you all have any questions about it, leave them below. I'd love to hear any questions that you have. I'd answer all of them. I want anyone who needs this video to be able to see it and get what they need from it. Also, be sure to check out Katie's video. It'll be put up later this week. She has a very different coming out story than I do, so that should be really interesting for you guys. If you like our channel, be sure to subscribe and check out all our new videos and all our old videos, and we'd like to see some support. Thank you guys for watching.
Thank you again for joining the Bespians. Also, expect better video quality soon. I'm hoping to get a new camera, so I won't be taking videos with my laptop anymore. So look forward to that. Love you guys.